Welcome to our first video. This week I thought I'd show you how to make ghee. Ghee is something I make on a regular basis and it's something I find really nourishing, so I thought I'd show you how to make it. Now there's many different ways to make ghee that I've read about and I've watched videos about before, but I've kind of spliced the best pieces together and kind of found my own unique way of doing things. So what you need to make ghee is Pyrex dish. You want some organic, pasteurised, unsalted butter. Ideally you could use unpasteurised butter, that would be better, but it's quite hard to come by, so it's a lot easier to get pasteurised organic butter, that's important. You want a coffee filter, a funnel and some sort of tall container to place the ghee in at the end, but I'll show you what we use that for. And then this is the main container. So you need a spoon to place the butter, and also we use this for skimming at the end. So we place the butter in the Pyrex dish. I place the butter in the Pyrex dish, which then goes in the oven. I much prefer using the oven. Many methods use a saucepan on the hob. However, I don't find you can regulate the temperature as well, so I prefer the oven. So let's go put it in. Okay, I'm going to put the ghee butter in the oven for about 60 degrees and for about 3 hours, which is slightly longer than many methods, but I do it at a slightly lower temperature than most things just to preserve the nutrients in the butter. So here we go. Okay, so 3 hours is up, let's take it out in the oven. Okay, so our ghee is now out in the oven, and as you can see we have this layer of milk solids on the top. So to start off with, we just get another container. I'm using a cup, and this is where we use our spoon just to gently scrape this top layer off the top. And we just discard this because we don't want that in the ghee. Just get the majority off. Obviously we could filter it now, but it'll end up clogging up the filter and it'll go through the filter slower, so this just speeds up the process a bit. As you can see, there's some that float on the top and there's other bits that are on the bottom there, so when we come to separate out again, we'll remove those. Okay, so using a tea cloth, just grab the side of the Pyrex dish and gently pour into the funnel with the coffee filter in. And you want to do this nice and slowly so that the bottom layer of milk solids doesn't flow into the filter. So again, that will slow the filtering process, and also some bits will flow through into the ghee, and that's what we don't want. So just let that flow through at the moment. As you can see, there's a nice trickle there. You can even just lift this up slightly. Okay, so once that is drained into the main container, this is where we just use the thinner container to do the final filtering. And if I just pour, this is where we just pour all of it in, all of the remaining milk solids. Just like that. And we allow that to filter in there. Okay, so the remaining ghee has just filtered into the tall container here. Now, as you can see, this is where we have the layers of separation. So we have the milk liquids, or the buttermilk on the bottom, and this is the ghee layer here. So this is the good stuff, this is the stuff we'll discard. To do that, we'll leave this to cool down to room temperature and then put it in the refrigerator. And I'll show you what we do with it then, but essentially we'll pierce some holes through and then we'll be able to pour off this liquid layer. Now, if you are casein or lactose sensitive, then up to this point, you know you're going to get a good product, and most people can tolerate this. However, this you are likely to get some contamination. It's okay if you are not lactose or casein sensitive. There's still some good ghee in there. However, up to this stage, you know you've got pure ghee, so that is good to go. Okay, now, so this ghee here has been refrigerated and that's nicely set. And as you can see, this ghee here is starting to set. As it solidifies, it goes opaque, so it's a good sign. So with this ghee here, there's the white milk solids on the bottom here. So essentially, to get that out, we'll just pierce 2 holes opposite each other. So one hole to pour out of, and the other hole just acts as an air hole to allow for the pressure exchange. So then, just, as you can see there, that just pours nicely out. And then just to give it an extra wash, I just pour a bit of water in on top, allow that to sink through. Give it a quick stir around and then pour that out as well. And there you have it, that's the remaining bit of ghee. Now you may be thinking, well, what's the point of doing that extra bit just for that little bit? Well, normally I'll be making this in bigger batches. Today we use 3 250-gram blocks. Normally I'd probably use 6, so you'll get double that amount, and it is worth doing it for that bit. So here we have homemade ghee.